everybody, it's Sailor Nuggy. I'm here with another video. Today, I want to talk about all of the physical games I own that are next on the backlog for me to play. Right now I'm playing Final Fantasy Tactics offline. I'm in chapter 3. I don't think it will be too much longer until I'm finished with that game. So I'm always thinking about what's the next game that I want to play. I do stream on Twitch. Most of the time on Twitch, I don't usually do newer releases. I have so many older games I've just never played that I love playing over there on my Twitch channel, like the Legend of Zelda series, Kingdom Hearts series, Final Fantasy. I would love to take a break from Final Fantasy and direct myself into a different JRPG series like Xenoblade, Octopath Traveler. I don't know, I just feel like there's so many great games out there and they keep coming out with new ones, and there's just so many fantastic games. It's crazy. Even just this year, they've released a lot of amazing games like Final Fantasy Tactics, Expedition 33, which I did play. I really want to play Silent Hill F. That game looks so good. I just played Silent Hill 2, the original, on my Twitch channel just last month, and now I'm obsessed with the Silent Hill series and I want to play all of them in some sort of capacity. My most played console is my PlayStation 5. I would say that my second most played console would be the PSP, and I really don't play my Switch all that often. I love my Switch, I just don't find myself really grabbing for it, which is why I haven't bought the Switch 2, because I feel like, why would I buy the Switch 2 and I don't even play my Switch 1 all that often? And I don't know, at the same time I've been trying to like look out for games for the Switch, but a lot of times they're kind of expensive, and especially compared to like other consoles. So maybe at some point I'll get the Switch 2, maybe at some point I'll get some more Switch games and find myself drifting more to that realm. But in the meantime, I have plenty of games I really want to play. And yeah, so for this video today, I think I'm going to start at the top of the list. So this will be like the #1 game that is at the highest of the backlog that I plan to play next, down to maybe the bottom. So that's how I'm planning on doing it. And these are games, a lot of these are games that I've been meaning to play for a while. It just takes me a while to get through games, especially since I do stream on Twitch, and then I always have at least one game that I'm playing offline in my own time. I try to limit myself to only one game in my own time, especially if it's a story game, because number one, I get really confused when I'm playing too many story games at one time. Number two, my ADHD brain tends to just not finish anything if I'm playing too many games at once. So I really have structured myself and try to commit myself to try to finish games, and that means, you know, kind of limiting yourself sometimes, really having some self-control. So yeah, these are all games I'm really excited to play, and let's get into it. So the #1 game that I do plan to play next, that I have talked about in previous videos, if you watch my other videos here, is Stellar Blade. This game looks so cool. I talked about how I saw my friend Chad Music play this on Twitch, and it just looked amazing. I don't even know what it was, but just the action combat of the game drew me in. The protagonist is absolutely stunning, and she has all these different outfits, and they give her different abilities, make her stronger. As far as the story and the specifics, I don't know too much about the game, and a lot of times I do that on purpose. Like, I don't want to research too much about the game or know too much about it until I get into it and experience it for myself. So I was watching some of it, but also trying to limit myself with spoilers and really just wanting like a 100% blind first playthrough. So once again, this game definitely gives me Nier vibes. I love the Nier series, Nier Replicant and Nier Automata. It's very sci-fi futuristic. Literally on the back it says "Reclaim Earth for Humankind." Like, it just reminds me of Nier, and so I'm hoping that I'll love this game just as much as Nier, if that's possible. And once I finish Final Fantasy Tactics, this is the next game that I plan to play, and I'm so excited. Stellar Blade. Okay, so the second game that is on my list, and actually I have 2 games here, and it's very hard to choose between the 2. So if you see me play one before the other, this is just my plan. Things can always change too, just based on my mood. Sometimes if I play a really long turn-based JRPG like Persona 5 Royal, for example, then I probably don't want to go play another Persona game right away. I don't want to play another, you know, even turn-based game. A lot of times I want to go into an action game or something like that. So this one's also an action game, but this one's the Spider-Man. I really want to play the Spider-Man series. So I've been talking about this for a while, that I do have this Spider-Man game, the first one. I also have Miles Morales and Spider-Man 2 that came with my PlayStation 2. I heard that these are not long games, so I do feel like once I play one, if they're only like 20 to 30 hours, I will likely go ahead and move to the next one to the series, especially while the story is fresh in my mind and everything like that. But it really just depends on my mood once again, because sometimes I play a game and I'm just done with the series. I need a break. So it's all up in the air. But this one's high up on the backlog and I really want to play. I did put this in a poll on Twitch to play this on stream, and it didn't win, but it did get quite a few votes. So maybe I would play Spider-Man on my Twitch channel at some point. I actually don't stream for my PlayStation, so I'd probably just try to get on Steam or something. But definitely high up on the priority list is the Spider-Man games. I've heard wonderful things about them. I did play the Spider-Man game that was on PS2 back in the day when I was a kid, and I remember really loving that one. I didn't finish the story or anything, but I just remember swinging around the city as Spider-Man, and it was so cool. So I'm so excited to play the Spider-Man series for sure. The next game that is high up on the list, that once again, at the moment in time, this is the priority list, but because it is October, I want to play this game very badly. It is Resident Evil 3, the remake. I have seen other people play this online, and I've been so enamored with the Resident Evil series. So the only ones I've played are 7 and 8. I cannot wait for 9. That looks so good too. Like, it's gonna be so good when it comes out. But I played 7 and 8, and then I'm working on 4, the original, on Twitch right now. I would love to play more in the Resident Evil series. I heard that the first 3 were pretty scary, just to like on original, and that the remake makes it even scarier. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, I do like horror, truly. Like, I love psychological horror. That's my favorite type. Jump scares can be a little overstimulating for me, and it just depends. Like, it just depends. And it doesn't totally deter me from playing it or anything, but I do like horror games. I really do. So I've heard wonderful things about Resident Evil 3 Remake. Some people say that this is better than the original a lot of times, or it's even like one of the best Resident Evil games that they have. So of course, when people make high stakes like that, it makes me really want to check it out. So, and it has Jill Valentine as the protagonist, and you know I'd want to cosplay her. And that's something I really appreciate about the Resident Evil series in general, is it has amazing female protagonists that are super strong and just badass and really cool. So this one's happened in the backlog, and if I finish Final Fantasy Tactics soon, then I may just sneak this one in really quick just because it's October. Or, you know, I may break the rule and play Stellar Blade and Resident Evil 3 at the same time. Once again, I try not to do that. I truly do, but I want to play that game very badly. And this month would be the perfect time to do it, so we shall see. The next game that I really want to play, high up on the backlog, is Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne, and this is the HD remaster of the original. So I know that the Shin Megami Tensei games are hard. Y'all don't have to come to me in the comments and let me know. I already know that they're difficult. I have no shame in playing games on easy, especially if I just want to experience a story. But then other times, like in Final Fantasy Tactics, I love the challenge and I love strategy. I don't know what kind of difficult this game is, but yeah, like I would even play Final Fantasy Tactics on hard. I want to replay that game on hard. So I'm not deterred by a difficult game necessarily. It just depends on how frustrated I'm feeling, and if it gets to the point where a game is just not enjoyable because it is so hard, then that makes me want to bump down the difficulty level or even just drop it entirely. And I'm also not really a stealth person, so I dropped The Last of Us even though I played on the easiest difficulty. I just was not enjoying the combat of that game or the stealth, you know, just the stealth, how that game worked or whatever, and I found that one pretty scary too. But I think that if I enjoyed the combat more, the scariness element wouldn't have bothered me so much, but because I wasn't enjoying the combat, I just ended up dropping that one. So to each their own. There's so many amazing games out there. You don't have to play something that you're hating. But I don't know. I also don't want to just go by everyone else's opinions of a game or let the idea that a game is hard deter me from playing it. And if I really love Shin Megami Tensei 3, then I would love to play more in the series. I love Persona. Huge Persona fan. I've played 3, 4, and 5. I cannot wait for 4 Revival to come out. That one's going to be absolutely amazing. And if y'all hear yapping, chewing, my dog is eating his food in the background. And I really don't want to re-record this video. So if you hear it, maybe I'll throw some background music on so that it doesn't come up when I go to edit it. But if you hear it, my dog's eating and your boy's got to eat, so it's okay. But yeah, it has like the Persona enemies. You see Jack Frost here. Yeah, and honestly, it looks amazing. I can't wait to play this one. It's high up on the backlog. So a game that is on the backlog for my PSP is the first Final Fantasy. I just felt like the PSP is an amazing way to experience this game for the first time. I've never played any of the first 5 Final Fantasy games. I've played 6 through 10, and I'm working on 9 at the moment. So soon I will be able to say that I've played everything from 6 to 10. But I really want to play like the older Final Fantasy games. I love the 2D pixelated graphics in general. Like I really loved 7 and 8. And I'm really excited to play. I loved 6 so much. And yeah, I'm really excited to dive into the older games of the series. I also got 4 recently, and I have 2. So I need to find 3 and 5. Those are on the wish list, and when I'm going out and about game shopping and they're on the look. So yeah, I think on my PSP, I'll be loading this up soon and trying this out on my own time, just whenever I'm feeling it. And sometimes maybe like that would be a good game to play in bed at night, because my PlayStation 5 is in my living room. So just when I'm in bed, getting ready for bed, just kind of getting comfortable. Or maybe in the morning when I wake up, I don't know. But I definitely want to play Final Fantasy 1 on the PSP very soon. Okay, so the next game is technically a game that I have started, but I haven't finished. So for the sake of all things, I want to include into the video. And this is actually the last game of the video also, just to let you know. This is 999, 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. So I was out with my aunt and uncle at a retro game store, and my aunt actually spotted this game first. And I was like, if you don't buy it, I'm gonna buy it. And she ended up buying the sequel, or one of the sequels, I can't remember. But yeah, I started this game. It seems like an escape room type game where there's puzzles and yeah, you're trying to escape, and there's 9 people and you have 9 hours and 9 doors because there's 9 people behind the doors. I don't know. I didn't get that far into it, to be honest. When I was playing it, it was like in the car or something, and I felt like I needed to be in a point where I can really focus and be able, you know, to think and everything. But this game's really cool. It almost has like psychological horror type elements, and I really like the you can see like I don't know, like almost Persona art style. Atlas didn't make this game, but I don't know, like I really like the art style, and I liked the escape room elements, and the music was really good. And yeah, this one's, I'm including this in the video even though I've started it, because I do want to finish it. So this one's on the backlog to actually play all the way through. And if I like it, I would love to get the sequels to this game. Like I said, I didn't know anything about this game until my aunt just saw it and was like, oh, that looks cool. And I was like, oh yeah, it does look cool. It looks like something I would love to play also. So I'll keep y'all updated if/when I get to this one. So yeah, that includes this video. Thank you so much for watching if you did. And if you want to see more videos like this, let me know. I think that I want to do a video at the end of the year going through all the different games I've played this year, whether it be on my own time or Twitch, and do like a tier list or like a ranking system, or even just like a review. Because I played a lot of really great games this year. I meant to do that at the halfway mark and it just didn't happen. So now we're like 3/4 through the year, so I feel like I'll just wait to do an end of the year review And I already got a couple of games this month, so I'll be doing a video. I'll be doing another haul video for October at the end of the month. And I just want to thank you everybody who watches and comments. I love talking to you guys in the comments so much. And I just appreciate you guys. Thank you for being so kind and so awesome. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!